public defender come to me. So yeah, they looking to give you 17 years. And the way the public defender be coming to talk to you be so crazy. They make it seem like they're on your side, but in actuality, for me, I was like, bro, you are not on my side. Like, I need a real lawyer. We're gonna take this 17 years. I said, what? For what? They found a what? They said they found a gun. It was hidden under the truck. I said, oh God. I said, oh Jesus.
So, Church, you've been sharing what happened to you when you were younger, the loss of your father, the gang violence, and the traumatic things that have happened to you. What happened and how did it happen when you went to prison?
Basically, what happened was me and my cousins, we were looking to get new phones. And so I was on probation, and of course they weren't, but we were going to get new phones. And so on our way to get new phones from T-Mobile, they decided to make this turn down on 7th Street. Now, we was in downtown Long Beach on the east side of Long Beach. And so I already knew the police would be hot. It was close to, I believe in this time, it was like close to Christmas time. And so I'm like, hey, where y'all going? They like, bro, just come on, like, let's go. I'm like, all right. So we're continually walking, and then all of a sudden I just see him take off running. I'm like, bro, what the heck? And then I see him snatch a lady purse. I'm like, oh my God, bro. So when they snatched the lady purse, my instinct was to run. I'm like, so I get on too. Next thing you know, police already on us. I'm like, so me and one of my other cousins, we were hiding in a backyard. And so the police looking for us. I'm like, bruh. He's like, bro, don't move. I'm like, no, you don't move. If you move, I'm gonna hit you, right? And he's like, I'm not gonna move. So I had a gun on me. And in that moment I had the gun on me, I'm like, I need to get rid of this, because if they catch us, I'm going down for a long time. So we was in the yard, and it was like a truck inside the yard. So what I did is I said, hold on. I laid down, slid under the truck real quick, and I tucked the gun under the truck, right under the little pipes, and I sat it right there. I'm like, bro. So I roll back from under, and then the police, they finally come into the yard. They open the gate. They come into the yard. Get out, get out, get out, get out. Guns all in our face. We on the grass, face on the grass like this. So they come. They sit us in the cars, and we like in this alleyway. And so the police cars is like at one is on one end, another is on another end, another is on another end, another is on other end. We're sitting in the cars, and individually, not together, we're sitting in the cars individually. And so the police is interrogating us. They're like, so yeah, your cousin said you did it. I look at him like, what? Did what? He's like, you know what you did. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. He like, come on, just tell me you did it. We could get this over with, and I can let them go. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, bro, I didn't do nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just sitting in the car, like my hands are behind my back, and like, listen, he already told us you did it. Like, you were the one that did it. I was like, okay, what did he say that I do? You took the lady purse. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, right? Playing it cool, because one things that my stepbrother always taught me is like, hey, don't snitch. Don't you tell not a word. So it was like, okay, well, since you're not going to say nothing, you're all going to jail. I was like, okay. So I've already been in and out the county. So I'm not even concerned about it. I'm not tripping about it or nothing. So I'm like, whatever. They like, oh, okay, smart. You know what I'm saying? They like, okay, cool. So what happened was they took us all to jail. We go into the holding tanks, and they still keep us separate. I'm like, bro, like, what the heck? So they processing us and everything, and we ended up going to county in LA, downtown LA. And so we're in county, of course. We're going through the tanks and stuff. People, you get gangs, and you get people throwing sets up on you and all type of stuff. And I'm young, I'm hot head, I'm banging back like, what's up? And where you from? I'm such and such. And like, oh, okay. Oh, we got us one. That's the first thing you hear. As soon as they find out where you from, if you in the wrong tank, oh, we got us one. And so a few times I had to run some phase because I was in the wrong tank, you know? And so yeah, I was going through these tanks, and then once I got into the cells, into the tanks, I chilled out, and then because a lot of times in LA County the process is long. Man, you could be in there for 24 hours without a bed. You sleeping in the tank with probably 40 other dudes, and the tank is not even that big. It's very small. And so I'm sitting in the tank. I'm trying to stay up, but I can't because I'm tired, sleepy. And so they finally call my name for a bed. I'm like, oh, thank you. So I head to the holding cell, ran into a dude from LA. Don't remember his name, but got into this holding cell, and I got a bed, and I just knocked out. They come and get me at like 3 hours later. You got a court date. Come on. What? So I head to court, and in the midst of me going to court, they was yelling out all type of numbers. They was like, yeah, we gonna. So public defender come to me. So yeah, they looking to give you 17 years. And the way the public defender be coming to talk to you be so crazy. They make it seem like they're on your side, but in actuality, for me, I was like, bro, you are not on my side. Like, I need a real lawyer. So it comes to me. So we're gonna take this 17 years. I said, what? For what? Apparently, they found a gun. I said, who? They found a who? They found a what? They said they found a gun. It was hidden under the truck. I said, oh God. I said, oh Jesus. I said, oh Lord. I said, Lord, if you give me we always want to go to prayer. Everybody be wanting to go to prayer as soon as they in some trouble. Oh God, please help me. God, I don't know what to do. And so, of course, I'm up there sweating, my palms sweating. I think my feet was soaked by then. You know, we got these little black shoes, all black shoes that look like Jackie Chan or Jet, what's his name, Bruce Lee. Like, what's on? And I'm in an orange suit. I'm sweating. I think the judge could see that I had a bunch of drenched sweat on me, right? And so I'm like, oh my God. So they send me back out. They didn't give me my numbers then. They call me back in, like, I think about 3, maybe 4 hours later. They wanted to run through other people. And it's like, so the judge was like, okay, we're going to give you 17 years. I looked, I said, oh no. I said, oh no. She was like, the public defender was like, yeah, take that. I said, no. What? No, I'm not taking no 17. No. And she was like, okay, well, we're going to send you back. So they sent me back, and I'm thinking I'm about to come back to court, but they sent me back to the county. I'm like, I told bailiff, I said, hey, bro, I'm supposed to be going back to court. They was like, nah, they gonna call you back later. I'm like, what? So I think it was like 3 days later, they called me back. I was in the county, called me back later, 3 days later. Come back. It was like, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna give you 4 years with time served. I'm like, It's like, listen, if you don't take this time, we're gonna go back up on it. I was like, oh my God. And so the first time my mom had came to court. This time she didn't come to court. So I was very disappointed. I had a girlfriend at the time, and I was just like, hey, just leave me. Like, she like, no, I'ma stay. Kevin pulled the Kevin Hart, I'ma stay. I'm like, just leave. Like, Like, I'm finna do this time by myself. No, I'm gonna stay. I'm not leaving you. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So you're gonna say, okay, cool. So I go to jail. I took the 4 years. I go to jail. Everybody up in there talking about something, bro. You ain't they not gonna ship you out for like a week and this and that and that and this. You can't listen to everybody in jail, bro. You really can't, bro. I was gone that night. I was literally gone that night. They didn't take no chances of me coming back to fight the case or anything like that. They was like, so that's how you know they didn't really have fully anything on me. It's like, oh, we got him. So they booked me. They got me and shipped me up. I went to Delano first. Then they processed me to Chino. And then I was in Chino on a level 4 yard with lifers. I'm like, hey, young buck, how many years you got? I'm like, 25 with L. And like, oh, you in it for the long haul? I'm like, yep. Because you don't want people knowing how much time you actually got. If they would have found out I had 4 years, I don't know what them dudes would have probably did to me. But I let them know, like, hey, I had to lie. Like, bro, I had 25. They gave me that L. And it was like, oh, man. It was like, yeah, you going to be going out of state? Asking me all these, yup, I don't know where I'm going yet. You know what I'm saying? I just got here, whatever. Then it was like, I call him, I'm going to call him a counselor. So I guess he's the one that does all your paperwork for where you're going to go, location, your time, and all that type of stuff. And so the counselor comes in to my holding cell with me. This is at Chino. He comes into my holding cell with me and he says, yeah, Mr. Wright, I see you got 8 years. I looked at him, I said, whoa, what do you mean I got 8 years? He was like, yeah, you got 8 years. I said, no, I don't. That judge said 4 years. I said, here, look at this paperwork. So I gave him my paperwork because you, of course, you got your papers with you and stuff. Showed him my paperwork. It was like, huh. He was like, first of all, you're not even supposed to be in this level. I was like, I was thinking the same thing, right? I was like, why am I here? He was like, yeah, we're going to have to move you. I was like, so he went downstairs, talked to whoever he spoke to, and he got me out of there. And I was in between level 1 and level 2. He got me out of there. And next thing you know, I was there for like maybe 4 months at Chino, 4 to 5 months. They sent me up to Jamestown. Jamestown is where you basically go to fire camp. And so I was at Jamestown for maybe a year. Then I was at Jamestown. First, they sent me to Tehachapi. Excuse me. They sent me to Tehachapi. Then they sent me to Jamestown. They was bouncing me around. Ridiculous. And so they sent me to Jamestown. Then I spent time in Jamestown. Then I was able to go to fire camp. And then from there, I went to fire camp. And so one of the things that I would always hear when I was in prison is that you would come back. Well, you gonna come back. You gonna come back. You gonna come back. And so I did change my life in prison. I just want to let y'all know that. That's a confirmation. I did. I gave my life to Christ because when I was in Chino, I thought about suicide. I didn't even just think about it. I was in the act of it. Literally was about to hang myself in Chino because I felt like my mom left me. I felt like my sisters left me. I felt like my brothers left me. I felt like just everybody just disappeared on me because I wasn't getting no letters. Nobody was coming to visit. And so I was just like, you know what? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about my life. And so I was looking to do away with myself because nobody else cared for me to be here. And in that process, I was saved by the voice of the Lord. He came and ministered to me. He came and spoke to me and let me know that he is there to comfort me. He is there to love me. And that's why I gave my life to Christ. It wasn't because, I was in jail. I was in prison. Bro, bump all that. I was really with the business. Like, I don't need to put the funk out there. This is how God saved me. He came in and let me know and reassured me of his love for me. And that's why I surrendered. And so for those that want to change their life in prison, bro, if you're really going to surrender your life and get out and surrender your life, you got to make a change of your environment. And that's the only way that I was able to be consistent, because my environment was able to be changed around me when I got out. But yeah, when I went to prison, a couple of my boys, a couple of homies from the hood was like, "Hey, we hear you getting called church and all this. Like, what's up with this? Cuz like, what's good?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "So you not running with the hood no more? Cuz like, what's up?" I'm like, "Bro, this is what I'm doing. Like, if anybody got an issue with it, let me know." And so it's like, "Nah, cuz the homies come in here and dudes want to change their life." And I said, "This is what I'm doing. This is me." And so after me and the homies had that conversation, I was like, "All right, we're gonna see on the streets. We're gonna see on the streets." I'm like, what we need to see? Like, what is it that y'all need to see? Do you need to come in here, or are we good? They like, "Nah, we good, cause we just want to make sure you know." And so of course I looked out for the homies because they just arrived to the yard. Hey, here goes some stuff. Boom. Looked out for them. But yeah, I gave my life fully to Christ, and I've been sold out since. Because for me, this is one thing I don't understand, how people dibble dabble, as we say, with their life with Jesus. Like, it's either you're gonna live for him and live this life and learn everything about it, or go back to what you was doing. For me, I knew about my hood. I knew about the big homies, and I knew about the streets and everything. I knew where I couldn't go and where I could go. And in this life of Christ, it's either be sold out or don't. Like, just give everything you got to him. And so I know, and I don't mean to go hard on nobody, but it is a process. But still, daily give your life to Christ, because what he did for me, I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world.